Hello and welcome to your English news broadcast live on ERi-TV. It's exactly 10:30 p.m. on Eritrea's local time from our headquarters at Asmara with your domestic and international news in brief. I'm Zahra Badouri, but first we'll begin with your major headlines for this broadcast. On your primary domestic, an announcement from the Ministry of Health. Workshop on leadership and organization and youth empowerment effort following. Iran says cyberattack causes widespread disruption at gas stations, according to yesterday's report. China is looking to transform Greece's Piraeus port into the biggest harbor in Europe. Welcome to your domestic in brief. 6 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers and testing stations in the central and southern Red Sea regions. Out of these, 3 patients are from quarantine centers 2 and testing stations in Asmara 1 central region. 3 patients are from quarantine centers in Asab, southern Red Sea region. On the other hand, 2 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the southern Red Sea region have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly risen to 6,721, while the number of deaths stands at 45. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 6,806. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 28th of October, 2021. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students Branch in Ansaba region organized workshop on leadership, administration, and political organization to youth in Galab and Habaro subzones, Ansaba region. The workshop that was held from 21 to 24 October was attended by representatives and heads of the NUEYS organizations in the region and was aimed at strengthening organizational capacity of the union as well as empowering the youth. At the workshop, various heads of regional administration and the PFDJ provided briefings on various issues, including on the significance of raising the political awareness and organization principle of leadership, planning and its significance, time management, documentation, role of the youth in nation building, as well as on the history of the Eritrean youth. At the concluding occasion of the workshop, Ambassador Abdullah Musa, governor of the Ansaba region, stating that the government is making substantial investment developing the overall capacity of the youth and called on stakeholders to strengthen contribution to that effort. Ambassador Abdullah Musa also expressed conviction that the regional administration will stand alongside with the youth in all their endeavors. On your final domestic, the municipality of the port city of Asab stated that it will extend capacity level support towards the implementation of the program aimed at empowering and developing the capacity of the youth. The commitment was made by Mayor Tasfaizar during a graduation ceremony of the youth trainees recently conducted in Asab, speaking at the event. Mayor Tasfai stated that the future of a nation is based on the skill and visionary youth, and thus the municipality will exert effort in realizing the youth empowerment programs the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Student is working on. So, indicating that youth empowerment program are not to be left to the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students alone, Mr. Zera expressed conviction that the municipality of Asab Committee of Friends of Youth, as well as the community of coordinating government and PFDJ institutions, will reinforce participation. Speaking at the graduation ceremony, Mr. Mohammed Asir Ma'o, head of the projects at the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the southern Red Sea region, on his part stated that the 3 to 6 months vocational training program included computer technology, beauty salon, editing and graphics, as well as refrigeration and air conditioner maintenance. The training program was organized organized to 91 youth, including 59 females, and that each trainee was provided with monthly incentive and interest-free loan and equipment to start business. Up next with your international report. Stay with us for more after this short break. And on your reports on the international line, a cyber attack disrupted the sale of heavily subsidized gasoline in Iran on Tuesday, October the 26th, state media reported, causing long lines at gas stations across the country weeks before the anniversary of 2019 street protests that followed fuel price hikes. Iran says it is on high alert for online assaults, which it has blamed in the past on the United States and Israel. The United States and other Western powers, meanwhile, have accused Iran of trying to disrupt and break into their network. State broadcaster The Arab said that the disruption of this refueling system of gas stations in the past few hours was caused by a cyber attack. Technical experts are fixing the problem, and soon the refueling process will return to normal, which might have returned to normal conditions in the past hours. The oil ministry said only sales with smart cards used for cheaper rations of gasoline were disrupted, and clients would still buy fuel at high rates, the ministry's news agency Shana reported. In the past, Iran has been targeted by a series of cyber attacks, which in July, when the website of the transport ministry was taken down by what said media said that was a cyber disruption. The disruptions came ahead of the second anniversary of an increase in fuel price in November 2019, which led to a widespread street protests in which hundreds were reported to have been killed by security forces. On your final report, China's largest shipping group has completed an additional 16% take acquisitions in the Greek port of Piraeus, marking the first step in turning the port into a major international transit hub for products and service between Asia and Europe. From cruise ships to cargo and containers, Piraeus port is now the largest in the Mediterranean, one of the biggest in Europe. After Monday's ceremony where Greece's privatizations agency transferred shares corresponding to an additional 16% stake in Piraeus port to Chinese shipping giant, the COSCO, the role of the port might even get bigger. Last month, Greek lawmakers amended a deal with COSCO, allowing it to raise its stake in Greece's biggest port of Piraeus, paving the way of Greece to secure the major investment. Greece's parliament approved the new contract, which gives the Chinese shipping company an additional 16% stake in the Piraeus Port Authority, taking its total share of ownership to 67%. COSCO Shipping acquired the majority of Piraeus Port Authority SA shared in 2016 after an international tender, while the Chinese company's subsidiary. Piraeus Container Terminal SA has managed the port's container terminal since 2009. Besides the increase in container capacity and cargo, the number of job openings in and around the port is also increasing. Dear viewers, that is all for now with your domestic and international news in brief for this broadcast. Until we're back with some more news, stay and enjoy the rest of our programs. But until then, these were your major headlines for this broadcast in review. An announcement from the Ministry of Health as your primary domestic. Workshop on leadership and organization and youth empowerment effort in southern Red Sea region. Iran says a cyber attack causes widespread disruption in gas stations. China's looking to transform Greece's Piraeus port into the biggest harbor in Europe. That is all for now. Thanks for watching once more, and have a nice one.